In this video, we're going to be going over the rows and column report in Sydney. If you haven't watched the first video on report basics, pause and watch that first, and then come back to this one. So from the reporting tab in Sydney, you can create a brand new rows and columns report. To create the rows and columns, you're going to click rows and columns on the left-hand side. Now the rows and columns report is what you would use if you want to generate a list of records. You can set up your report to have filters and conditions and specific columns of a specific list that you would like to see. Now I kind of compared the rows and columns to your grid view. So on the listing page, same with buyers, sellers, contacts, deals, you have your list view of all of your records. So these are all of my listings. I have all of my columns here, and I can filter through these columns if I'm searching for a specific listing or a specific record. The rows and columns report is essentially to do just that, but in a format that can be exported into Excel and used or saved to see specific results. So from the rows and columns, the first option you have is your primary record type. This is going to be specifically what you're running your report on. So when you're coming in to make a report, you should already kind of have an idea of what you're looking to do. And in the reports manual, we'll include a list of suggested rows and columns, grid, and summation reports that you can make. So for this demonstration, I'm going to choose deals. And that's what we're going to report on. So as soon as you choose your primary record type, the system is going to spin as it's working to bring in all of the related fields for that record type. So be patient, give it a second, and once the spinning stops, that's when you can continue to build your report. So like I said in the first video, you have your two options here. Records must pass all of these conditions, and records must pass any of these conditions. Conditions are used to help you filter down your results. If I were to run a report with no conditions, then I would just see essentially that full list of whatever that record type is. So when you're making a report, if you're a franchisee, make it with the knowledge that you're going to have your results of everyone in your office. So if you have multiple agents in your office, your results are going to have all of their records in it. If you're an agent running a report, you're only going to see the records that you own. It follows our same permission sets for all of the different pages. So depending on how your office is run, that's what you're going to be seeing. So with our first condition for this example, I'm just going to set that I want to see all of my deals that have the actual close date in the year 2021. Now, all of these options that are listed here are all fields on that record. So these are all deal-related fields. If I continue to scroll down, you'll see that I can actually start pulling in fields of other records. So any kind of record that the deal is related to. So contact. I can keep going down. Our deal is also linked to our listing, so we'll be able to see that. So I can actually pull in the fields of anything that the deal is related to. As a rule of thumb, your related records are going to be something that's in gold lettering. So here on my deal, I have my listing lookup, my seller, my buyer. I also have contacts. So these are the people that I can actually pull in related fields to. So if I scroll down, it's going to be in alphabetical order. So for example, if I wanted to pull in some information about the seller related to this deal, maybe their phone number, their email, I could do that. So my deal report is going to be based on the actual close date in the year equaling 2021. When you're setting up your conditions, you do have multiple options here, so it doesn't have to be equals. Not equal to, less than, greater than, empty, not empty, in list are all of your different options. Now, if I were to try and generate this report as is, I'm going to get no results found. And that's because in rows and columns, you need to set up your columns so that they know what fields to include. So right here is where your columns are. If you click into it, it's going to allow you to choose a field. Again, these are all of the fields that are on that specific record. So I'm just going to pull in assign to. If I generate it, now I'm going to see all of the deals with the actual close date in the year 2021 and who those deals are assigned to. Bruce is a franchisee, so he's going to be able to see all of the results for his office. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added a couple of columns here. Now you can organize your results by these columns using the ordered by. So if I clicked into there and I said grab one of these fields, we'll do name. You have the option to do ascending or descending, and now it's going to organize that by name. So you can move these columns around up here by switching the order. You can remove them. You could continue to add more. But just as an example, I have my actual close date is in 2021 of my deals, and these are the columns I'm seeing. So I have my listing lookup, if it's co-broked or not, the specific actual close date, my actual commission, and then this field right here I just want to highlight. So this is from me grabbing the lead source from the connected listing. So when it's generating my results, it's looking at the deal and then looking at the connected listing, so listing lookup, and grabbing the lead source from that specific listing. So that's where you can start to pull in some of these other fields from those related records. So on your deal page, again, you can pull in the listing, the buyer, the seller, the contacts, all of their information into your deal record, your deal report. Once I have all of my fields set up, everything looks good, I'm going to click Save Report so I don't lose this. And can save that. And so now anytime I want to come back to this report, if I want to continue making edits to it, I'll find it in my reports section. Now on this page, there's also right above the little generate button, it says include total rows. I can check that box and then generate my report, and that's going to total up any of the columns that have a number. So if I wanted to see, okay, all of my actual close date in the year 2021 deals, I have my column for the actual commission. It's going to total up all of that actual commission amount for me. So if I had additional numerical columns here like the listing price or the sales price, I can have all of those actually total up for me. If you'd like to export your rows and columns, you can actually click export at the top, and that's going to export it into a CSV file. Open it up from your computer downloads, and it's going to be in Excel. So this will give you the opportunity to do anything you would like with this report using Excel. So if you want to use the pivot table function, if you want to create reports, email this to someone, save it, whatever you'd like to do, it's going to download with all of those columns you have set up into an Excel document. Now, if you're running your report and you're getting no results found, there's two things I'd like for you to double check. First, make sure that you have columns set up. If you try and generate a report with no columns, you're going to get no results found. If you do have columns set up, the second thing to check is what your conditions are. So in this example, I have records must pass all of these conditions. Close date year 2021 and the close date year equals 2020. So that's essentially looking for a deal that has all of those conditions, meaning the close date year has to be 2021 and 2020, which isn't going to happen. If I wanted to have these two different condition options, I would do that down here in the records must pass any of these conditions. So now that I've moved them down to records must pass any of these conditions, that's saying it can be either or, either in 2021 or 2020. And now I have all of my results. So I have my deals with the close date in both of those years. If you have any questions with creating a rows and columns, or if you've created one and something's not working, please email support@tworld.com.